Mitch McConnell, drug warrior, CBD champion? Yesterday, the Senate passed a version of the 2018 Farm Bill that would legalize so-called industrial hemp, legislation that has long been a pet project of one of the most powerful men in America, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, RK. His office immediately issued a self-congratulatory press release about the sanctity of the American farmer and the enormous economic opportunity that will soon be available to former tobacco growers in his home state of Kentucky. These are the talking points McConnell has been pushing since the beginning of the year, that hemp is a completely different plant than its illicit cousin, marijuana, and that Americans are clamoring for more hemp products, spending $820 million last year on everything from clothing to auto parts, mostly made out of hemp grown overseas. It can help treat pain, isn't addictive and won't get you high. But is CBD really the miracle drug many believe it to be? But hemp and marijuana are not actually different plants, and some experts say that McConnell and oppose desire to legalize hemp is not really about hippie rope necklaces and home insulation. It and oppose about a drug, a compound with such immense medical potential that the FDA just approved a pharmaceutical-grade version for children suffering from intractable seizures. We are talking, of course, about cannabidiol, or CBD. Ever since Sanjay Gupta showcased the healing powers of CBD in his August 2013 CNN special Weed, America has been obsessed with the stuff. For the uninitiated, CBD is a cannabis compound that does and oppose really get you high, as THC does. Instead, CBD has a calming, anti-inflammatory effect that advocates and salespeople claim can do everything from reduce anxiety to kill cancer cells. At health food stores and marijuana dispensaries across the country, you can now find CBD lotions and CBD capsules and CBD beard balms and, yes, even smokable cannabis that is high in CBD. But CBD and oppose legality is complicated, to say the least. Without getting into the mind-numbing specifics, let and oppose just say that reasonable people disagree about whether it is possible for any CBD to be legal, and shops selling CBD products in states like Indiana and Tennessee have been raided by local law enforcement. So in order for mainstream retailers to feel comfortable carrying CBD products and Kentucky and oppose farmers to subsequently cash in on the CBD craze, McConnell put together legislation making it official. Though he and oppose focused his hemp legalization rhetoric on helping farmers and bland-sounding industrial products, his true intentions became abundantly clear about 2 weeks ago, when Senator Chuck Grassley, REA, proposed an amendment that would exclude CBD and other major compounds, called cannabinoids, from the definition of legal hemp. McConnell shot the proposal down, saying, I and oppose declined to include suggestions that would undercut the essential premise of the bill, namely that hemp and its derivatives should be a legal agricultural commodity. At no point did he refer directly to the derivative that was up for discussion. But anyone paying close attention understood what he was talking about. McConnell and oppose omission of CBD is not a denial of it. It and oppose simply a tactical political move, says Carl Cameron, a former Fox News commentator who now works for New Frontier Data, a D.C.-based firm that provides information on the cannabis industry to investors. He and oppose trying to help potential supporters avoid criticism in places where opposition to marijuana might be misconstrued and then undermine support for hemp. Leslie Boxer, who runs the cannabis consulting firm Electrum Partners, agrees that McConnell has downplayed the fact that CBD is a primary motivation for legalizing hemp so as to fly below the radar of anti-pot donors and voters. This is just a way for McConnell to be able to move this forward without taking the political risk in talking about what and oppose going on, which is, yes, CBD is in so much demand that the supply can and oppose possibly equal the demand anytime in the foreseeable future, Boxer says. This is part of the kabuki theater of the political environment we and oppose re in today. Scientists are looking at how hemp could clean contaminated soil, further proving it to be a miracle plant. Boxer himself has embraced this kind of winking reference, hemp as a euphemism for CBD, as a business strategy. For the past few years, he and has been advising the companies he works with to avoid mentioning CBD directly or making any medical claims about what the product can do in order to avoid interference from law enforcement or warning letters from the federal government. Label everything as hemp extract, Boxer says, and the consumer will know you mean CBD, as well as what kinds of health benefits can be expected. Culturally, hemp has long been seen as a taller and more fibrous cannabis plant than marijuana, but the legal distinction is based only on THC content. Once CBD started to enter